Good evening, class. This is Tawanda. This week I am going to speak about self-confidence. Just as a reminder, my placement is at the Barry Robertson Treatment Center for at-risk youth. I wanted to discuss how to deal with lack of self-confidence because this is an issue I have struggled with most of my life. My question this week is, how do you build your self-confidence? I know I am my hardest critic. I have always been this way, even if it's something I created myself. Don't get me wrong, I don't feel my self esteem is low. I am comfortable in my own skin. Even though self esteem and self confidence are often used together when referring to how one feels about themselves. Although they are very similar, they are two different concepts. It is important to understand their roles when looking to improve your overall sense of self. Self esteem refers to how you feel about yourself overall, how much esteem, positive regard, or self love you have. Self esteem develops from experiences and situations that have shaped how you view yourself today. Like I said, I am comfortable in my own skin. My problem is self confidence, how I feel about my abilities, and it varies from situation to situation. Most readings about self esteem and self confidence are the same. It reads as this: when you love yourself, your self esteem improves, which makes you more confident. When you are confident in areas of your life, you begin to increase your overall sense of esteem. You can work on both at the same time. People say just concentrate on the positivity about yourself and do not speak negative about yourself. Self esteem is a contradiction. Self esteem is what you develop if you have people telling you you're wonderful, smart, good looking, etc. And that's not a bad thing. But it's a poor substitute for real self confidence. The big difference is that it takes a lot less to destroy self esteem than it does self confidence. Self confidence is what you develop through improving yourself and overcoming obstacles. If you're confident in yourself, you know that you're smart, talented, or whatever because you have proven it to yourself. As I researched the difference between self confidence and self esteem, I came across this article and it hit me because it sounds like me. This is what I read. One example of why confidence is more important than self esteem is abusive relationships. Someone whose self confidence is much less likely to put up with emotional abuse. And the example they gave, a woman, Carol, has decent self esteem, but isn't very confident. She meets a guy, Steve, who tells her she's beautiful, wonderful, etc., and seems really great and sincere. Her self esteem goes way up. They start dating. After a while, he starts to find little things to pick at and stops giving her the compliments she used to get her self esteem boost from Steve, but she's not getting it anymore. He continues to make his little digs and snarky comments and continues to tear her down. After a few months of this, Carol's friends are wondering why she's staying with this loser, and the answer is that she thinks she deserves the abuse. This is the same guy who used to say all these nice things about her, and if he's being mean now, it must be her fault. In fact, he told her it was her fault. If Carol had confidence in herself, she'd know better. I've always thought of myself of being too strong-minded to be in an abusive relationship. My saying about the issue is My personality would not allow me to be a domestic violence victim. When I read about Carol, it made me self-reflect to my relationship with people in general, and I realized I am Carol. This is not how I intended this week's video to be, but this is my findings. Have a good week, everyone.